Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It's July 9th, and we're out here in the garden, and we're going to talk about propagating tomato plants. Now, if you're down here in the south, and good chance that your tomatoes might be looking like mine, starting to get kind of toasty, leaves are drying up. They're just not doing too well anymore. We come out here, we harvested all the green tomatoes that was any size. We left a few smaller ones. And come out here and I took some cuttings. Now, we do have one row that's doing better, but it's going out too. We're going to pull all these out. But what I did was I took the cuttings from the ends. Now, we can look at this tomato, and the end is really good. It's got a lot of life in it, no disease on it. And what we did was we cut these ends. Now, I took and chose some, like it might be where you got suckers, like this is a sucker coming out here. We didn't do any pruning on these ones except by the ground early. And you take these suckers, you take the tips, you might take a tip with the sucker. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take off all these blooms that's on here, like this, or even small ones that's starting on the top. Here's some more up here. And you're going to clip all them off. You don't want any blooms when you're going to propagate these, because you don't want them to put energy to making fruit. You want them to get those roots established. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go inside and we're going to show the process. All right, we're fixing to start our tomatoes from our cuttings. And we do have this worrisome cat of ours. She's got to have attention sometimes. But we've got all these cuttings we've taken. Some of them have to be trimmed a little bit more. But we try to get suckers, mainly suckers. And this, where a sucker comes out, cut the top. And I've got some tops. Now, I don't need a bunch of tomatoes, maybe a dozen. If you're going to propagate these, it's best to propagate a few extras, because we don't know how well they're going to do. Now, some of these I kind of have prepared. This where sucker come out, I cut the top. I saved some of the bottom. I could have just stuck this sucker in, but it's going to root better if it's got the energy of this bottom. Now, a lot of times you can just push them down in there if they're good enough. Now, I use kind of a deep pot so I can have a lot of room. I'll water these in after I get finished. But it's as simple as that. To start that second batch of tomatoes when yours are playing out, just make sure you get to them before they completely die. And we're just planting one variety. This is going to be Cherokee Purple for our second crop. Okay, we have them moved out here to the greenhouse. Now, some of these tops are drooped over. Now, that's not because they got dried out. I cut these, and within an hour I got them potted up and really moist, got them watered in good, and I'll water them one more time before I leave here. But as you can see, they're kind of trimmed down. I try to take most of the leaves off. You don't want a whole lot of leaves when they're taken and rooting in, because that just stresses it a little bit more. But I have 20, and like I say, I don't need but about a dozen, but depending on temperature, whether I forget to water quite as often as I should or something like that, it would affect the time that they root in. Normally a couple of weeks and these will be ready to go in the ground. Now I put them in the greenhouse. As you can see, there's the sun line. I put them to where even this is morning sun, but I don't want them to get a whole lot of sun. I do want them to get sun, but I don't want them to get too much, because that'll cause them to transpire too much, and that'll stress them to where they don't do as well. So if you're going to do this, it's good to put them under a shade tree, limit their sun. If you don't have a real good spot, if you can just give them where they get a little morning sun and then shaded the rest of the day. But in about 2 weeks, these will be ready to go in the ground. Now, if you was going to do a second crop of tomatoes and take and grow them from seed, it's going to take you about 6 to 8 weeks to get something that's big enough to transplant. And so you can see that this is going to shorten that by at least a month, and you'll have a good tomato ready to go. But anyway, I hope this encouraged you to do some follow-up planting. This is an easy way. There's no expense to it except a little bit of potting soil. Now, don't use dirt. You can root them in dirt, but they don't root near as quick because they need a good soil that's well drained. And I say potting soil. This is a potting mix. So there's not any soil in there. It's mostly wood bark, maybe a little bit of peat moss. And then I got a little perlite in there. And some of these have a little bit more because I added some. I had a little bit on my bench. Figured I'd get it and go ahead and put it in there. But that's it. Simple chore. So anyway, I hope you found some value in this. I hope you consider subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell, select all. Give it a big thumbs up and share this video. Enjoy that gardening experience.